Hello, hello, Matt again. Double upload day. It is a double upload day. I don't mind doing double uploads on a Friday, so I thought, why not? Um, we're gonna start off on the home screen as we always do. As you can see, we are sitting comfortably fifth in the league. There's a massive gap between Liverpool and everybody else. But if you have a little look, there is 5 points in between us and second place, but there's also 4 points in between us and ninth placed Burnley. Um, it's more than I expected, to be honest. I was thinking maybe 14th, 15th come the start of this. Um, but we're just, I don't get it. We don't score a lot, and we concede a fair few, but somehow we're fifth. A lot of 1-0 wins. The last time we left you off was the Chelsea Carabao Cup game. Not played much since then, and that was the 1-1 draw with the penalty shootout win. Since then, we drew 0-0 with Watford. We beat Everton 3-2 at home. In this game, we tried something a little bit different. We went for a complete forward on support, and Tony and Kremencic both played that role, and they both ended up with a goal. And Leighton Clarkson finally got his first goal for the club. Um, yeah, 1-0 loss to Brighton. Brighton are actually doing really, really well this year. I think they're fourth or fifth. And then Frank Lampard will be asking Mr. Abramovich for another £200 million because we done the number on them again. And it was another 1-0 shithouse win. And it was an Ivan Toney goal. You can probably see, or you probably just had a little look and saw there, the average ratings for all of our players in this game was brilliant. Apart from the two who came off quite early on, which was Kanyos and Clarkson, they were replaced by Baptiste and Force. Um, you can see we got battered again, not so much as we did in the Carabao Cup game. Um, but yeah, Ivan scores a very good goal. Let's see if we can load this up. Um, Yeah, Sorokin came back in for this one. I did a bit of analysis. We saw that Pinnock and Sorensen were the two key defenders. They were doing the most, they were clearing the most, they were heading the most, they had the best passing. So we brought Sorokin in and we dropped Bernardo to the bench. He had a bit of a shocker against Brighton as well, and it worked. Yeah, it worked. It was after that Brighton game that we had a little look. And this is the best performing 11. Oddly enough, Rothwell creates more chances than De Silva. And I just wanted to try him in the team as a starter. He played okay, but he got injured in it. I'm still thinking of playing him as the advanced playmaker, but we might have to stick him out wide on the wing, which you can see we moved Jensen over. But this is the goal. It was a lovely little counter attack. Fosu slipped him in and dink. Thank you very much. Um, on the counter, there was never the intention to play counter attack on football, but if it's working for us, then I'm not gonna deviate from it. We're gonna do two games for you today. We're gonna do Manchester United, who are sitting pretty in eighth place, and then AFTV are going to be fuming. I would love to watch AFTV if this was the position going into the 4th of December with Arsenal bottom of the league, and it gets better. Arteta's not their manager anymore. It gets a lot better. It's fucking Thierry Henry. It gets better. It gets better. You see the pie, Ikone, etc., etc. No, Divock Origi's their starting striker, and Runnison in goal. I don't. I mean, Leno's injured there. Fine, okay. I don't know what has happened to Arsenal in this save. They look at this team: Aubameyang, Depay, Ikone, Szoboszlai, Partey, Marcus Alonso, Dakonam, who I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who he is. Oh, I do actually. Digiene used to play for Getafe. Oh God, and Nacho. Just poor recruitment. Saka and Tierney on the bench, Lacazette on the bench, Poupe's still there, Rob Holden on the bench, Pablo Mari, Guendouzi, Torreira, Willian. Just madness. Ooh, Mesut Ozil has asked to leave. He's not a luxury we could afford, is he? Surely not. He just doesn't play. He got 19 games that year. He wants us to be a Europa League team. At least he's setting expectations realistically. Um, yeah, we're gonna do the Arsenal game and see if we can send our Voldy shouting he's done it again. Get him on the go. I'll show you how I came to the decision to play Sorokin and Pinnock in defence. We had a little look, as you could see, we were sort of bottom for conceding goals. Um, our goal difference, I think, is 3, which is mad when we're fifth in the league. It's, we're probably not going to sustain that, but whatever, that's fine. We're staying up. Touch wood. We're in December. Oh, looking at the graph, Premier League wise, our shot percentage, shot on target percentage is higher than average, as is the pass completion, the tackles per game, and the goals per game is ahead. Our XG is shocking. Conceded per game, it looks like we're outperforming, but it means we're conceding too many, and we're conceding too many chances. It's a bit of a mixed bag. I then went on the analyst report and stats and just had a little look. So we've scored 24 goals out of 178 chances or goal attempts. It's a 13% conversion rate. The best conversion rate in the team is Ivan Toney, 24%, which is why he is now the starter rather than Kremencic. We sort of rotate them, but Toney does start. Shots on target versus shots attempted. 50% of our shots are on target, which is actually quite good. It suggests that we're either not making quality chances in terms of XG. So if you don't know, XG is calculated as chances and quality of the chances. That's how it's calculated in real life. Football Manager worked tirelessly to implement their own style of it, so I don't know how they do it, but I imagine it's quite similar. The best players for shots on target per attempt is actually Matthias Jensen. Oddly enough, he's getting a lot of shots on target. You might see in other games we tend to get the ball out wide and cross it in, and Jensen's the man running onto it. Penalties taken, we had 3 penalties and scored them all. 2 players have got a goal each, and that is Kremencic and Toney. I think Jensen took one as well. Minutes since last goal, Jensen's the lowest, which is shocking, really. General play, 88% of our passes come off. The highest pass completion is Ethan Pinnock with 96% pass completion. He has attempted 408 passes, which is why he's now back in the ball playing defender role, because he's completing those passes, whether they're short or not. He's getting them off, which is exactly what we need from there. The worst player is actually Morgan Gibbs White. We brought him on loan just to bolster the squad. He's played 2 league. He's come in twice in the league, and he's started 2 Carabao Cup games. But if you look at his Premier League stats, it looks like he's done quite well at a 6.7. But now we can't terminate it. I've already been moaned at by the Wolves manager, who's not Nuno. The Wolves manager is Vincent Kompany with his head that looks like a pre-cut loaf of bread. Yeah, he'll probably go back. He was just sort of to bolster. No mistakes leading to a goal. No mistakes in the team, which is really interesting. That would suggest the DNA is working with the decisions and the composure and whatnot. Aerial challenges won 47%. That's quite high. Again, Pinnock is the highest. In terms of challenges won per attempted, Tariq Fosu's actually the highest on 27%. And successful crosses, Josh De Silva's quite high, but he's only tried 18 of those. 22% of our crosses come off. And yeah, tackles one's very high, 75%. 3 players have got 100% tackle rate. Ibrahima Diallo's got the lowest, which is a bit of a, he hasn't played many. You can see he's played 2 full games. But he was brought in to be like the backup central midfielder, to be in rotation with Josh De Silva, and he's just not performing, to be honest with you. So again, he's another one who was just sort of come in, bolster the squad, but we know once we've set the precedent of the metric, we can then compare the metric to players that we're looking to sign. Yellow cards, there's a lot. Ivan Toney has 32 yellow cards in 17 matches that he's played. No, surely not. Maybe it means we've got 32 yellow cards in total. He's not even got a yellow card. That's chat and wham. Red cards is one. 3 players have got one. Joe Rothwell is the man who got a straight red card in the game after he got a hat trick against Leeds. Goalkeeper wise, best player David Raya, 57% of a goalkeeper, whatever that means. Concedes the most per game. Is Patrick's Gunnarsson. He is still very, very, very good. You can see average rating wise is 6.99. He's played 8 full games, conceded 12, 2 clean sheets, saves tipped over the bar 6, parried 6, and held as 22. He's a very good goalkeeper. We're planning on loaning him out. Oddly enough, no one would take him on, which is mad when you think he's done really well. Then we did an analysis report of the team. As you can see again, that was the Carabao were outperforming, but same persistent problems as XG per game is terrible and shots per game is terrible. Premier League wise, again, we saw that earlier. Some of the players don't seem to want to work hard, which is an issue. Stamina isn't a collective plus point. We do know that because we do have to rotate quite often. And bravery is an area of concern, so that might be 3 things we work into the DNA. Scoring is effective from through balls. The majority of the players attempting these are Josh Da Silva and Matthias Jensen. I think the red, like the shot map, the higher the colour is, the more successful it was. Yeah, you can see the more pink adds up to the XG. So we scored 5 goals in the last 5 matches from an XG of 6.43. So we're slightly underperforming. Goals includes goals from within the own half, which means it was a long through ball. The majority is in this area, which is where Jensen tends to operate. Assists, again, through the middle and down the left flank, position-wise. This is the amount of... I think this is the amount of natural positions per game. That makes sense. You can see the attacking efficiency, again, marked as passive and clinical. Clinical being Liverpool, they're further away from passive, so the more to the right you are, the less passive you are. So Man United are quite passive, which you'd think that suggests they've not scored many. If we go back to the Premier League table, Manchester United are just above us, just below us. Their goal difference is 2, so they actually score less goals than us and concede more. So we are quite clinical with it. We're sort of bordering just below average. Southampton are sort of bang average, and Everton are above average. We saw from the Everton game finish 3-2. They create chances like it's nobody's business. Conceding. This is one of the things I wanted to look at. Our defensive efficiency, busy, is bad. You don't want to be busy. You're looking at the 20 teams in the league. Liverpool are the least. They concede the least, basically. Norwich and Southampton are conceding the most. Everyone else is pretty average. We're sort of giving up too many chances, and it says here the 15 of the 36 assists against us in the last 50 matches have come from through balls. That to me said that although we do have a very good defence, we did speak in the earlier episode about potentially selling Mads Beck Sorensen because he's probably never going to fully recover from the cruciate knee ligament injury that he got. We've had a little look and we sort of went, right, okay, let's see what the metric's going to be. We want a centre back, and we want a centre back who's going to make a lot of interceptions per 90 minutes. Looking at it on the base of it, you think, oh, he's made 13 appearances, this guy. This is the guy we actually sold to Nantes. We sold him for very little, 140k. And he's actually playing for their reserve team. So if you actually are going to do this, you need to know what to look for and where to look at, and along those lines. You can probably see by the colours, the blue means they're on loan, white means that That's just a player for that club, and yellow actually means that he's shortlisted or inquired about. So I've actually looking at this guy from St Johnston. It's Jason Kerr. Um, the worst part of the DNA is his decision making, but if he's just playing as a central defender and defend, he's just to intercept and get the ball away. 21 appearances this season. He's actually created chances as well, which is mad. He's a centre back, which would suggest he's quite good off corners, maybe very good in the air. That then transpires into he's won 6.61 headers and 85% of his tackles. The best thing is his interceptions is 3.70. The next best thing about Jason Kerr, he's young, he's 24 years of age. Attribute wise, 15 heading, 13 marking, 14 tackling, 15 position, really good determination. He's fast-ish, but he stays back at all times, so he shouldn't be caught out of positioning. 15 positioning, it's a bit of a win. Next best thing, he's transfer listed for 1.1 million because he would not sign a contract extension. If we can't approach UK-based players to sign, he's not played for the best clubs. He's played for St Johnston all his career, gone on loan to East Fife and Queen of the South, but he looks like he's one of St Johnston's main players. He had a very good season last season too. Ended up with an average rating of 7.43 in non-competitive as there. Overall, 6.94. He is a Scottish international. I think he has had one cap. But then again, we delve a bit deeper. We compare him to Ethan Pinnock, who statistically is our best defender. 21 appearances to 13. He scored 2 goals. Ethan scored 1. Yellow cards are the same. Player of the match performances 4 to none. Pass completion 80%, but he's just going to play as a central defender, so we don't need him to do that. Pinnock, we know 96%. That's fine. He's the ball player. Average rating is close, 7.03 for Ethan and a 7.3 for Jason. Jason Kerr is playing for St Johnston. As we said, they are in the Scottish Premiership. They are 9th in the Scottish Premiership, so they're quite low down there. And he's putting numbers in against like Celtic and Rangers and Aberdeen. The point is undervalue players who can come in and do the job. We don't want to look at that. We want to look at his report next. He's not very technical and he's an unlikely core social group fit, but he matches the philosophies. He's determined. He likes his big matches. He's very consistent. Good marking. It says versatility. I don't think so, to be honest with you. I don't know where they're getting that from. International experience because he's got 1 cap and very good heading. Why I'm thinking of getting him in, he's very cheap. His wages are very cheap. They think he's on par. If we were looking at star ratings, they think he's on par with Pinnock. Pinnock is not going to improve anymore. He's 28 years of age. He's very one-footed. He's not versatile. He's never had a call-up. He's declining in his physical abilities. And he's also still an awkward core social group fit. And this came from Philip Giles, who, if we look, he's not necessarily the best that we've got. He's 40 in ability, 50 in potential. I think the best we've got is actually one of these guys. I think Grads is up there. Yeah, 16, 16. And I think one of the Belgian guys we've got 14, 15. Yeah, so it's pretty average. Giles is quite a good scout. As he's the director of football, he makes these decisions. We then look at statistics. Goals we ignore. Key passes per 90 minutes. Jason Kerr actually has a better stats per 90 of key passes, but that doesn't necessarily mean he makes a lot of key passes. Again, we drill down into that and we go to the senior squad. Key metrics, Jason Kerr, key passes per 90, 0.9. But his passes completed is 21. So he does, he can play out from the back, which is what we try and do here. Tackles 1 per 90 minutes. It's going to be higher because he's playing for a lesser team, but the fact he's winning them is very encouraging. He wins 4.03 tackles per 90 minutes with a tackle completion rate of 85%, which leads me to going, you know what, mate? We're going to make an offer. They want 1 mil. Let's do 850k. They'll take 850k. They want a percentage of profit. No, you're not getting that. Remove and exclude. 750k and 37k per 10 appearances, so they want an extra 300k. Takes it to just over 1.5 million, I think. No, takes it to bang on 1.1 million. Jason Kerr is going to come in. Jason Kerr is more than likely going to be a rotation option, which means that the retiring Zakaria Diallo, would he become staff? Staff attributes. Assistant manager. Oh, that's a shame. He'd actually be very good. It's a shame. He's probably more suited to be a scout than anything. Shame though. I'd have kept him around if they were better. But yeah, that means he can sort of be left to the wayside. He's not going to play. But again, look, he's improving. It's mad. He was a good player. He did what he had to do. He come in. We can get on board with what he was brought in to do and whatnot. So yeah, it means he's going to go out. Probably means Sorensen will either be loaned out or look at this, he's declining massively. It's such a bad injury for a young age. His value's dropped. I think if we looked in the last video, he was maybe 8.75 million. He's still got 3 months worth of recovery. He's probably going to go out. Why is it looking at discipline? Stop. Yeah, these are all the under 23s. Luca van der Gaag, we're going to keep him around again for this year and then loan him out next year when he's 21. Guillaume Molina will probably then become the third choice centre back. Bernardo can then be the left back, although he has performed okay at centre back. I think he's part of the reason he only makes 1 interception per 90 minutes. So if we compare him with Jason Kerr, statistically, again, it's the passes really and the shots that Bernardo and our centre backs do better than him. No one really defends better than him on our team. Bernardo will then move to sort of the left back role, which means it would be between Pinnock, Sorokin, and Kerr. Sorokin, say we now, is sort of the starter because he's winning most of his headers. His tackle rate isn't great, but his clearances are, and his interceptions are better. And he's just averaging a lot more. And yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. I was texting my brother about this actually because I know he watches these videos. I texted him earlier and said I'm actually a Sofia Nalakuch stan account now. And the lad's great. He's taken to the Premier League like it's nothing. I think he's probably the best example we've got so far of this sort of. It's not necessarily Moneyball. It's more just using data to your advantage rather than Moneyball. Because he came in for 1.5 million. Sort of didn't really settle in the Championship. He's come off and he's playing very well. What's his negative? He wants a new contract. It's fine. He's probably going to get one. He's doing very well. He's doing very well. If we can go to the manager performance, you see A+. Lovely me. Still A+. And transfer-wise, Sof was one of the earlier signings we made. The board reaction was a B+. They were very pleased with the deal, and it was mainly due to getting to a great low wage. And the fans were just saying he's happy, he's as good as expected. I think he's performing a lot better than expected, to be honest. Our fans are Tories. If they think he's okay, he's okay. Nah, he's a good player. The best fan reaction, they're all B pluses, aren't they? Yeah, in terms of players signed. Even like Luca van der Gaag, we got him for so cheap. Callum Cisse came in on a free. He's been performing quite well for the 23s as a centre back. Molina, he's living up to the expectations. Yeah, it's going well. There's not really anyone we can say who hasn't really performed since coming in. Maybe the biggest concern is Lewis Cook. They're saying he lived up to the hype, up to the expectation. I don't think he has. Again, if we just compare him with Leighton, who actually is still a League Two player, report-wise. Oh no, he's League One now. He's gone up. Oh, well done, mate. Well done, you. He's still being outperformed by a 20-year-old who we got for 500k. It's a bit concerning, really. considering they play pretty similar amount of game time. Yeah, we don't know. I think maybe Cook's traits let him down because he runs with the ball and he plays 1-2s. We are trying to coach out run with the ball. I'm just going to see if there's anything to suggest. Wow, he's declining, isn't he? He is declining. There's nothing to suggest he's getting to terms with losing that trait. Blocks per 90 is massively outperforming his clearances per 92. But it's these things like his tackles aren't great and his passes, possession one. Lewis Cook is performing around average in every key stat. What about Leighton? Where is Clarkson on here? That's strange. Oh, that's strange. Let's see if we can find them. Clarkson. Leighton. We go to his coach report, and he is massively outperforming. Around average for an attacking role, that's as a winger, as a midfield centre or defensive midfielder, as he is. He's doing around average again. Midfield centre, around average. I don't think that's quite right. But again, he is proof that this method works, and I'm hoping. Look, he's improving again. Leighton Clarkson, mate, and he's got a. I think he had a 3-year extension to his contract in the deal, and he was whinging a little bit, and we rejected it, and we activated that 3-year extension. But he's still trading as a box to box. You can see his crossing and his dribbling and whatnot's going up too. His finishing's going up, as we can see. He scored. Yeah, he's the starter really. So the only real concern is look at that, +2s and ones. The only real concern is Cook. But I'm going to give him time to adapt. As you know, we were talking about Sof, who's now become probably one of our favourite players. It took him a little time to adapt, so we can't be judging Cook too quickly. But yeah, lads, we're going to get to the United game. It's quite a big game. We know they're not scoring a lot. We aren't scoring an awful lot, but we're conceding more than them. Brandon Kerr has been accepted. Squad player, will you take Impact sub? He will, you know. Come on, mate. What's he currently on? He's on a grand a week at St Johnston. So we're going to be offering him a massive wage increase. Well, hopefully it means he'll just accept it. You're getting none of these, mate. Save the club some money. 21. You're going to try and push it to your original 18, aren't you? Oh no, 17.25. He accepted that too quickly. You do 16 and a half? Okay. So yeah, I think he's going to come in. He's going to be the first January deal, which is good. Any other news to bring you? The board have done a bit of a dirty on me, and behind my back came through with we're creating a youth academy. Sorry, I'm just getting to all these. I don't read these because we don't do our recruitment that way. Yeah, click on Club Vision. They're actually in the process of building a youth academy, which I didn't ask for. They just sort of went ahead and did it. It means more money going out the club. It means sort of trying to identify these youngsters and grow them. But because our facilities are going to be poor, limited youth recruitment, basic academy coaching, and basic youth, we're not going to bring many good players through, if any, to be honest with you. It's not great, but again, we'll have to just to make do with that. Finance wise, oh yeah, I didn't show you the transfers out, did I? Transfer history. Ben Rama went to West Ham and completed the deal, 20 mil. That money had already gone into the club coffers before we did. Lewis Gordon was on a free, Norgard, went out. And these are the other guys you didn't know about. Joel Valencia, he was out on loan. I think he's 27 now. He went to Burnley for 3.5. Charlie Good to Swansea for 1.4. Julian Genvia, he was out on loan as well. We just binned him off. He didn't want to come back. Brian Mbuemo, as we all know, didn't really like him. We got rid of him for 8.5 million. He's now worth 18.25. I think he's massively overvalued purely because France won the World Cup. He's like a young French player. He's massively overvalued. He has scored now 3 goals for Burnley. One of them came against us. Of course it did. Vitaly Yanelt, he went off to Dusseldorf for 7 million. He's only worth 4.6. A couple of loans. Tristan Kramer you saw earlier. And again, a couple more loans. So we made 48.5 million. And we've spent 9.5. And I think arguably we've got a better squad than we had. Particularly with the likes of Sorokin and Bernardo, potentially Lewis Cook as well. I think we've definitely got a better squad than what we were rocking in the Championship, and we spent a lot less money. I'm happy with it. I'm absolutely elated with how it's going. I don't want Europe. You're probably thinking, oh, you're fifth in the league going into December. That's great. It is. It's great. It's fantastic. But you're thinking in real life, what happened to Burnley? That would definitely happen to us. And in terms of the recruitment, it sort of have to go into overdrive, and we wouldn't be able to identify players in the same way that you've just seen me identifying Kerr. We're probably just going to have to go out and get more volume, so it'd be quantity over quality, and the quality of the players are more than likely just be average, rather than sort of the guys who come in and improve us tenfold, like Semedo did when he came in January last year, and it's a bit indifferent to say the least on that one. Just before we get in the United game, I identified a bit earlier we're not creating many chances. I think that's sort of because it's all coming down to, although De Silva's great, it's all sort of coming down to Matthias Jensen. So what we're going to do, we're trying to find a player that's better than Josh De Silva and creates key passes and whatnot. We're back on the scouted screen. I don't really want to use the player search too much. I'd rather just do the ones that the scouts have found because that's more realistic than just sort of going out there and looking at every player that's loaded on the database. So we're looking at chances created per 90. What we also want to look at, because De Silva's very good at it, is his tackle rate. So there's a few players I've sort of identified. Stevie Mallon and Alan Campbell were ones we looked at last season because they're still on the shortlist. Stevie Mallon is very good, but tackling he's not great. So I think if we were to just compare Stevie with Josh De Silva, Josh De Silva, statistically, tackles 1 per 90, and his tackle completion ratio is 85%, and pass completion is 87. So we're looking, like 87, 85 for tackles. We can always do a little bit lower than that, which would suggest, Campbell, who is creating 4.95 chances per game. He's got a 79% pass completion and 81% on his tackle rate. He's a very good player, Alan Campbell. So we looked at him in the past, but he's not undervalued. They want 12 million for him from Motherwell, so they know he's good. So again, we move away from that. The next players I was looking at, again, Sandro Tonali, you're not going to get him for cheap. Although he is out of contract in the summer. And he would literally be our starting CDM, which means we could potentially push Lewis Cook higher up. The only problem that means is that Leighton will definitely not get in. Ask agents about availability. There's one between 67 grand a week as well. We don't want to improve the wage budget that quickly. I think the highest paid at the minute is Ivan Toney on like 27. So yeah, we'll avoid Tonali, as sensational as that'd be. Yeah, we'll avoid that. This guy for Citadelia, he's making his pass completion rate's not that high. Kellenkamp looks okay, you know. Think he was at Huddersfield in real life this year. A Kellenkamp. No. Where have I seen him playing? I feel like he was, or he is currently. Hmm. Reasons Janos plays 1-2s, plays first time shots. His tackling's not great. What's his tackle completion rate? Kellenkamp, 71. Got a 75 and 3.9. Oh, we looked at him. We've looked at this guy before. Yeah, he's another one. They know he's good, so they won't budge. 88% Josh Onama. He's only made 2 appearances though. Um, Joe Lolly. Joe Lolly. Hmm. Shoots a power moves balls. It's interesting. John Doe Fuchs is at Dundee United. Holy shit. Tottenham won him. I'm surprised. He's one of the Wonderkids on the game and he's playing for Dundee United. Shit the bed. This game, mate. Been a bit of a wild save, this one. Who's this guy? Japanese, Daichi Kamada. Chances created is 3. His passing is 64%. His tackle rate, which would suggest he's not made many tackles. Ben Whiteman looks interesting. DNA is not fantastic, but it's good. 14s and 13s are the average. 12 is a little bit below, and then 11 is like off the boil. But he's playing for Doncaster Rovers. I think they're League One. His value is 825k. Runs at the ball through the centre. He shoots from distance. Man can play in goal. uh, Makeshift goalkeeper, which suggests he's done it for Doncaster in this game. Runs the ball, likes to shoot from distance. Let's compare him with Josh. Why is it not loading him up there? Feck off, man. Tackles won, 3.38. He wins more tackles. Shots on target, doesn't matter. It's because he shoots from distance compared to De Silva. He gets a bit closer. Pass completion's a bit better. Tackle percentage is nearly as good. And he likes big matches, and he's fairly consistent. And that was when they were comparing him with when we had Jensen, Norgard, Baptiste for Gerson. He's basically like De Silva light from the looks of this. How much did they want for him? Anywhere between 625 and 900. Would you take 725? They would. We'll remove that. That'd take it to 875. Can we get it to 800? You take 800k. No, that one's definitely being removed. That's literally the fucking offer you gave me a minute ago, you crabs. Alright, we'll put it up to that. I think say 850. Looks like we might be getting him in. Yeah, I'm hoping that Vinny company recalls Gibbs White. Yeah, so if you wanted to set the view up like this, or you want my view, I can always export it and upload it to the workshop. But that's sort of the way I look at it. It's not always the one who is the most, because you've got to take into the other factors. I mean, Ben Whiteman there is playing in League One, and he, as we say, he's basically Josh De Silva light. He does what De Silva does, but to a lesser extent or a similar extent. That's quite good, because that's sort of what we need at the minute in the rotation with De Silva. because if De Silva's not playing, no one else is doing it, which is why I think it's fallen too much on Matthias Jensen. So yeah, we need to have that balance. See, we can't offer him a contract. That's the problem. Even though he's 6 months out, which is annoying. We don't want Tonali. I do want Tonali, but we can't get him. Preston in the FA Cup. The Ben Whiteman deal's been accepted now, so he's happy to come in as a fringe player on a 3-year deal. So we're just going to try and get him to take 10k, 11k then. Yeah, 11 grand a week. Fine by me that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just a little. He's not. He's not tremendous, but we've seen in the past and throughout this save that attributes don't matter. If he statistically does it, then he's in. Right, so here's the starting lineup for the Man United game. Raya in goal, Alakuch, Sorokin and Pinnock are the three main starts and defences we spoke about. Fally Kande has been coming in because Rico Henry once again is injured. He's performing very well, that's fine. Clarkson, best CDM, De Silva and Jensen, that's sort of the midfield trio that we love. Fossu's going to start out on the right and Tony up front as a complete forward on support. On the bench today, we've got Kremencic, Palmer. Kanyos has dropped because he's not performing too well. Force is sort of there as he can play a couple of positions, so if anything happens in the match, he comes in. Baptiste Bernardo and Halil Dervisoglu, who played up front for 20 last season and done very well. He's still not played much for me. And yeah, get into it from there. We're going to fire them up, pump fist. Fucking let's have it, the boys. That'll be my team talk. Let's just fucking have it, Want to keep it going. Yeah, looking forward to the game, mate. Fucking Manchester, coming to our turf. You fucked up, mate. Oh, draw would take us third. Brilliant. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this goes, purely from the analysis we had earlier of both of us not scoring many. But conceding too many chances. We will either negate each other or it's going to be a free for all. They've got a game in hand over, so I didn't know that. We're going to stick with the positive mentality for now. We always go into a game looking to play on the front foot. I think I said it in the last episode. I don't like dropping back. And the minute we decided to drop back, we conceded the goal to Tammy Abraham. So yeah, we're going to keep on the front foot and we'll drop the balance if need be. Leighton's been told off. And is our set piece training working? No, because he got a free header off. But it's fine. There's Sofiane. That's a very bad pass. We do that quite often. I think it might be a tempo thing. But again, it's sort of how we want to play. So we'll keep it to that. And is he not off? How much space did Pogba get then? That's his offer instructions. I thought I set them before the game. Pogba pressing. Positive pressing. We didn't bother. And now he's gone and bloody scored. Okay. We've got the possession, we're just not doing anything with it. Drop us down to 6th. Come on, lads, fucking hell. How much more motivation do you need? Right, we're going to have to go balanced because we're not doing anything with it. They've gone a bit more attacking. No one's getting near Pogba. Jensen's having a shocker. Fossu's having a shocker. Pinnock's playing even worse. Right. Come on. Yes, Tony. Don't have that off him. Come on, lad. Here's Joe Rothwell. Alicante to Tony De Silva. I feel like he has too many pot shots, Josh De Silva, and I don't know what trait it is that makes him do that. Or what attribute, because he's very well rounded. But that's a great ball. That's a great touch. That's awful. Oh, you have to put your money on Fosu. You put your money on Fosu. Oh, Tariq, mate. That's a high quality chance. We worked that so well. We have got Kanyos who relish that. That is literally what Sorokin does best. He just gets back and gets it away. Yeah, we do have Kanyos who's not been performing the best, but Fally Kande. No, they are not going to VAR for that. Ah, Stockley Park, Peter Banks, wanker. I bet you John Moss is the VARF or David Coote. Yeah, no pen. Why did you even go to VAR? They. Fucking hell, lads. Paul Pogba's punished us. We are closing them down. It weren't good enough. It weren't. I think what we do, bold choice, is we bring Jensen off. We play Rothwell, who has been playing well in the advanced playmaker role, to make some chances for us. And Fosu and Kanyos switch over. I think that's how we started. I still can't believe they went to VAR there, That's bull. Right. The only other option is to tell either Clarkson or De Silva to mark Pogba, but we don't really want to be doing that because it'll pull them out of position. It's United throwing Greenwood to Takacheto. Van der Beek, Isco, Pogba, Van der Beek again. Proper elite player on this Pogba. Man United are always like massively overpowered on it as well. Away by Fosu, and Tony brings us away. Trying to hit them on the counter, don't lose it. Oh, you dick! It's going to be two, innit? Fucking hell, we got away with that one. Right, Kanyos, can you do anything? That's a booking. Yeah, I think Kremencic comes in next. Away by Pinnock, Tony to Kanyos. See, and this is where Rothwell, you can see him getting forward there. He offers a bit more than Jensen because he's so much faster. Kanyos is losing it an awful lot, so we're going to drop him to winger support. Oh, hang on, chance. Fosu! I wasn't paying attention because I was dealing with that. Who won it back? Tariq, man. Longley. It was Pogba, and then Rothwell pounced. Tony's done well, to be honest with you. That doesn't mean he's playing well, though, despite him now being on a 7. So you're coming off and Kremencic is coming on. Let's just see if we can hold out. Smash it. There you go. Longley. Pogba, Longley again. Martial, Alex Tellers, Pogba, Tellers. Oh, it's just wide. Not that I want to take Rothwell off, and just seeing what options we've got. We've got Palmer. We've got Deveroglu, who's a bit of an unknown quantity. Fosu has just scored, though. Bernardo. Yeah, I think Bernardo is the change. Yeah, let's get Bernardo on as a fullback. Although Fally Kande is me boy. That was another penalty he could have given away. I don't know why VAR checked it, though. There was nothing in it. You're going to man mark Donny. I'll take that. You just need to be a bit more conservative, Josh. They're trying to float their crosses in, but we've got better headers of the ball. But they do have Cavani, so his movement's probably a bit better. We'll see how it works. Rothwell to Sofian. Clarkson. Silva. Clarkson. Pinnock. There's Bernardo getting forward on the left-hand side. Pulls it back to Josh De Silva. Why have you hit it? Cross it, mate. There's men at the back post. You know what, a draw is not the end of the world here, though. A draw is a very good result against a United team that are always overpowered. They've got some real star quality as well. Isco. Malama. Good save. Away by Sorokin. Oh, Greenwood's in again. Oh. They can just turn it on instantly, you know. They're so overpowered on it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Who played that pass? Who's that bum? And it's Bernardo who switched off. Oh yeah, now we're going to press... Okay, right. We're going to go back to positive. And we're gonna fire them up. We're gonna shout at them. Because I don't think this is a fair result, to be honest with you. I really don't. Wait, counter. Why have you flicked it? Decision making. Oh, Sofian's lost it. Good save and away. Can we counter off the corner? We're good defensively off them. And I don't know why Fosu didn't come for that. I really don't. That's annoying because that's points lost to me. I don't think that's a deserved loss, to be completely honest with you. And it'll push us right down as well, below them. Unless it's going to give us any time. No, pointless highlight. I don't know why it does it. We've essentially lost to very poor. I don't know. I'm pleased because we played okay for the majority of it. It was just the mistakes, and again, it ties into what we said at the very beginning of the episode about interceptions. In that instance, it was Bernardo. We do defend quite narrowly. So I don't know why we're conceding so many chances because we force the opposition out wide because we're so good in the air. Yeah, I'm not too sure why we're conceding so many goals from through balls, but it's becoming a bit of a ball ache really, because that's again there's points lost there. That would have been a great point against Man United, and we've gone and thrown it away. Yeah, very frustrating. It's quite an interesting little development here. Obviously you've just seen us. We're looking at Whiteman, and Josh De Silva is now wanted by Newcastle and Lille, and the Lille managers actually come out and give us the whole "I'd love to make him part of my team." We're going to respond and give him a. I've got a ton of respect, but he's not for sale. I don't know whether it's going to pay Josh De Silva off because I think they're in the Champions League this year on it. Either way, it's someone who was signed on a free, and judging on his value there of like 17 and a half, he's 23, he can still improve. We're not really, I think we're in the driving seat, to be honest with you. I think if we sold him, we could probably get an excess of £25 million, which would go a long way into the financial stability, which we do tend to do. It looks like we've brought a player in who's close enough to De Silva for buttons. Again, another young English player. I'm tempted to sort of explore the option. Let's just see how much they're willing to get a Newcastle on them as well. But let's just see if we do it unspecified and see how much they're willing to put down on the table for Josh De Silva. Pinnock's quite good at de-escalating these situations. Have a little word with him, Ethan. Come on, mate. Yeah, no longer feels forced out. Lille offering 11.5. We'll accept that for now. And we'll reject Newcastle's bid. He no longer feels forced out, so he won't be moaning if I go and offer him out again. 15 mil up front, and we don't want any wage contribution. I'm just exploring, to be honest with you. I don't think I want to sell him, but I think. Oh, lads, fuck off! Come off it. I hate this board, you know. Reconsider. Ah, rats. Yeah, you will accept it, Matthew Benham. We're gonna reject. I mean, we're gonna reject it if they won't go any more than what we're after. If we can't push it up, then it's getting rejected. But it's annoying that the board intervene at every given opportunity. Ah, boys, it's happened. It's time to go. Thierry's gone. Oh, Thierry. Oh, he's had a shocker. He got the job he always wanted. He's been sacked. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Whiteman and Kerr both agreed their deals. We also ended up rejecting the Pinnock to Silva deal. The most we could get out of Lille was 13 million, which is probably about 10 million less than I'd accept. The board are wanting like the full 17.5 mil, which we sort of talked them out of. Even if we got that, I'll probably take it. 17.5 million in, and we're looking to replace him with a player who statistically can perform to a similar level for 800k. So it's a bit disappointing, but not the end of the world, because he's not a player that we were actively looking to sell. We were just sort of just having a little look and exploring the capabilities. The capabilities. I'm chatting wham. The options. What's he said? Gaultier wants him. You sod off. We're not just ignoring Lewis Cook. He is injured, as is Henry, and Semedo picked up a big injury. I think he dislocated his shoulder. He's been a bit of a miss. Rothwell and Clarkson are both available. With Arsenal sacking Henry, they're bottom with 9 points. We're not going cautious. We're taking it to them. We're gonna do these oppositions. This is what we think they're gonna do. Makes sense. We've also altered our tactics slightly. We're not forcing the opponent out wide now when defending. We're just doing like a standard line. If you look at the defensive width, if you force them outside, you're a bit wider, whereas the defensive width on standard is a little bit narrower. Get the silver in there against his former club. Canos didn't have a great game again. Sorokin, that's fine. Cisse, Henry, Semedo. Tempted to keep it like that. I'd say it's a big game. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Again, we didn't play badly against Man United. It was just a daft goal to concede, a daft time, in a daft way. It's really frustrating. It's not the best weather. We'll ignore it. And we'll get underway at the Emirates Stadium. There's got to be some sort of derby this, hasn't it? Brentford Arsenal. Can't believe how poor they're doing. They're on 9 points in December. Fosu now. Early on in the game. Jensen. Ooh. Why would it end the highlight there? This game. Yeah, we're going to take it to Arsenal. They're in really poor form, the bottom of the league. I think sitting off against them like Remier wanted us to do would be really daft, to be honest. just need to make sure we're closing down the danger men. They pretty much lined up how we'd expected, but Origi and Aubameyang swapped, and they're playing Lacazette on the wing, which is a bit of an unusual one. It's Szoboszlai and Ikone. I think they're the real threat. You can see Szoboszlai started quite well on a 6.9, where all our midfielders are on a 6.6. Here's Digne. Early ball to Lacazette. Falikande, my guy. Right, Tony leading the counter attack. He can switch it. Can he switch it? No, he's going to lose it, isn't he? See that happening a mile off. He's got to cross it. No! Oh! Good chance. A good chance. Right, what can we make? Josh De Silva, Ivan Tony slips in. Canyo, surely no. Falikande, he's at the post. Oh, and Runnison on the follow-up save. Jensen's corner. Big header, please. No. And Dejene's countering. And there's Leighton with a big tackle. His timing in the tackle's superb. He just goes in a bit too hard sometimes and he gets quite a few bookings. That's why we keep him back there for tackles like that. Falikande, I'll be made up if he scores for us. You know, he's some little player, and you can see why like Madrid and Tottenham wanted him now. But hold by the goalkeeper. Again, it's just a waste. We know the attack back posts on corners, and we've identified that already. Oh, come on, Canos. There you go, that's better. That's a terrible ball, though. That's a really poor ball. Here's Runnison. Saliba. Szoboszlai to Guendouzi. Slips it through to Aubameyang. And now Divock Origi. He's at the post. Oh, what a ball. Jensen's gone down. Yeah. I think Canos is just being a bit too frantic, though, so we're going to drop him to support. I think he's trying too hard, if that makes much sense. He's trying to take people on. Falikande again. He's better than Rico Henry, you know, I don't care, he's better than Henry. He really is. He's missed his header there, that one. Ikone! Oh. So they're trying to, it looks like play a long ball, headed away by Tony. It looks like they're playing a bit of a long ball game. I'm trying to figure out best how to counter it. The fullbacks are definitely hitting early crosses, so we need to press them. So Digne and Alonso are going to get pressed. We definitely need to press Szoboszlai, and I'm happy with that for now. They've had 2 bookings, we've had 1. Again, it's the midfield we're losing. We're losing the midfield battle too often. You can see the only one who's really performing is De Silva. Now, Fally, it's a bruised thigh. Get on with it. They've got a few players who are really unfit. Origi, Ikone, Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Szoboszlai and Digne are quite a bit unfit, to be honest. I might go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. We've been the better team. Don't necessarily believe we have, but we'll give them a bit of a G up. Again, I think Rothwell has to come in for Jensen. I think Fossey for Canos, and we bring Force on as the inside forward. He's a little bit quicker. We'll have Foster as like the support winger, just using his pace to get in down the line. This will be miss Semedo because him and Foster can switch pretty much all game. Oh, that's a ball, and that is a tackle and a half from Sofian Alakush. We stand. We absolutely stand. Again, it just looks like we're not making many chances. I mean, both teams are struggling here. No, bruise shin, you'll be fine. Bloody bruises. Here's Fosu. No, Rothwell. Oh, that's a ball and a half. That is a ball and a half from Joe Rothwell. Candy to Tony. Now Force. Can he do anything with it? He can. It's Valley Candy. Great delivery. Oh, it's fallen to Fosu and a chance for Clarkson. Oh, mate. I was going to say we give Clarkson the hour and bring Baptiste on, but Jesus. We created something out of nothing there. Let's give him to 65. It's fine. It's a bruise. He'll be fine. It's another corner which Fally Kande is going to take, and it's a good delivery. Oh! It's hit the bar and gone over. Fally Kande, man. Right, okay. So Clarkson's the last sub. I'm happy with how everyone else is performing, despite there being a few 6.5s in there. Let's change Fosu back to like an attacking winger. If we can get rid of this, that'd be lovely. And that was a Rabona from Jonathan Okone, the twat. Divock Origi's injured, and John Jules. See, like, I don't know what's gone on with them there. Fosu can play as a winger. So Force can play as a winger, and Fosu can go back as the inside forward. See if we can just get them a bit more invested. You know, 0-0 against bottom of the league, despite them being Arsenal, is not great after performing so well against Manchester United. It's Ravella with the corner. It's away by Baptiste. Back to Ravella. Baptiste, the big tackle. So I feel like we've got the legs in the midfield now. It's Ravella again. It's headed away. Okone. Watch your foot, Josh. That's a good tackle. And now we go with Marcus Force breaking away. He is quick. He's very quick. Go on. Oh, throw in. Unlucky. Very unlucky there. It was a great counter. Let's change Tony to complete forward attack. Let's just push him a bit further up the pitch. But I think this is going to be another. We've not had a shot on target. That is embarrassing. There's definitely some sort of creativity issue, but I can't figure out where it is. Like, you saw the ball by Rothwell before. I mean, he's just given it away. But you saw the ball by Rothwell before. You saw the cross by Kande. Come on, use your pace. Use your pace. It's Joe Rothwell all the way. Runnison with a big save. 200 grand from Blackburn. Some player him, you know. Come on, how's your ball? It's poor. And someone's give up on that. I think it's Force. And Shandon never. Sit down. The highlight continues though, as Marcus Alonso finds Smith Rowe. It's headed away. Here's Gendouzi away by Fosu, and that'll be the end of the highlight. Ethan Pinnock to Sorokin. Pinnock. Baptiste, Tony, we're moving it around a bit quicker now. As Ivan Tony gets himself to the byline, he's won a corner, and we are quite dangerous off set pieces. A couple of big lads in there. Can Joe Rothwell pick one of them out? 90th minute. Rothwell. Tony! Saved again. Runison's had a great game for them, you know. They're just knocking it about. Pinnock, big header. Tony, Rothwell. That is a tremendous ball to Tariq Fosu. Can he pull it back? It's Valley Candy. It's blocked. It's Baptiste. It's like playing FIFA 21. How many blocks? Alakush, Baptiste. Sorokin. Alakush, this is... What a ball. Force again. They're blocking everything. This should be the last chance. It's Foss who's going to take it. Big header, no. 0-0. There's yeah, there's just definitely some sort of creativity issue. I mean, XG was through the roof towards the end of the game. 2 shots on target from 11 is poor, with 14 corners as well. At least we didn't lose. It was Arsenal against Brentford. You know, the game's done on reputation, so we've got to give them that team talk. I'm not really happy with that though. Yeah, I can't quite figure out what the issue is. Whether teams are just sitting against us now, or pressing us wide. I'm not too sure. I'm tempted to take the work the ball into box instruction off and say get your crosses in early with hit early crosses. There was a few times there where, particularly at the end, where Force got to the byline. If he's just put it in, just put it in an area, there'll be people running onto it. But um, yeah, double upload day, bumper episode to end it. Thank you very much for watching. And sorry, I was reading the little snippet there. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. It's really, really appreciated. And we'll see you again for the next episode, where we'll more than likely be at the start of the January transfer window.